Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at animation channels that are producing Warhammer content. Now I previously did a video like this based on tabletop gaming where I went through some of the channels that I absolutely love, like SM Battle Reports, Tabletop Tactics, Winters, Hellstar Wargaming. So I thought it'd be nice to bring that kind of support over to these animation channels, which I personally think deserve more members, deserve more subscribers, that are producing some absolutely fantastic content. So let's jump in and let's take a look. So the first video we're going to look at is a chap called Skylord, and this is called Siege of the Imperium, and this is a Warhammer 40,000 mover. Now this was posted around 2 months ago, and it actually has 160,000 views, which is absolutely fantastic, but the channel itself only has 7,000 subscribers. I think with the quality of this work that this chap is producing, he deserves a lot more love. So if you can go over to his channel, which is linked in the description, like all the animations that we're going to be talking about, please give him that love and subscribe to his channel, and hopefully it will motivate him to even bring more of this type of content to the screen. Now, one of the things I love about this video is actually the animation style on how it looks. It kind of has that 300 Sparta vibe in some of the battle situations where it all goes slow mode and you see the Marines moving and like the bullets going a bit slower and they're all chopping against the enemies. The enemies actually featured in this animation are actually Tyranids, but there's other awesome things we see. We see like battle barges firing, and we see Titans in the background. There's like this awesome bit where there's like a big huge firefight, and there's an Emperor class Titan just lighting up in the firefight. It's such a cool way to show off the animation and how bloody like awesome it actually looks, and the style again, the style is great. I know a lot of people are not really into the 2D styles when it comes to animations, but for me, I personally think it's one of my favorite styles. I've always said that the Clone Wars, the 2D animation Clone Wars, where Mace Windu was going around doing all the kung fu stuff, is still my favorite piece of Star Wars animation, better than the actual Clone Wars itself, which was 3D and stuff. So yes, for me, this is why it really sticks out. It really goes with the stuff I like. The quality of it is fantastic. The voice work, I think, is really, really nice as well. You can tell he's put a huge amount of effort into this, and the passion, the love has come through on the project. So I've got to say, mate, keep going, keep your head up, and yeah, just I can't wait for the next one, because this one is absolutely perfect. The next channel I want to talk about is called SODAZ, and you're probably all aware of this channel already, because over the past couple of months, this chap has been producing some of the greatest Warhammer 40,000 content I have personally ever watched. Like, Astartes is at the tip of the top of the mountain, and for me, SODAZ is actually climbing that mountain. The way he animates, the way he does his battle FX, it actually looks real life. And what I mean by that, if you just sit down and watch some of his animations, watch how the Marines move. You can feel the weight of the Marine. Watch what happens when they shoot their guns. You can see like the kickback, and when they die, when they get hit by certain things, you can feel the weight of it. And I haven't really seen that since Astartes has been doing that with his stuff. Also, he has a huge variety of different things. Like one day it's Ultramarines, one day it's Death Guard, Black Templars. The most recent one was Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist. And you know me, I'm a huge Imperial Fist fan. I did a reaction to it, and my jaw was just on the floor. There was shields, there was dreadnoughts, there was power swords, thunder hammers. There was everything. There was Thunderhawks, Guard. It was just a sheer amazement of animation. And his next project is actually featuring Death Corps of Krieg versus Death Corps of Krieg, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually over on his Patreon, which is like releasing little work in progress bits too now. So that should be coming out in the next couple of months, hopefully, and he's going to be carrying on his project. But I just wanted to add him to this list because 69,000 subscribers, he definitely needs more. If you haven't already, go over and subscribe to the channel and show this chap love, because he is probably one of the greatest animation channels out on YouTube at the moment. Pushing forward, we actually have another animation that involves the Iron Warriors and the Imperial Fist. This is how great the rivalry is between these two chapters. Everyone wants to show it off, and the way that these chaps have shown it off from the Grape Lords of Terra have done it in the most humorous way possible. The scene is kind of reminiscent from, what is it called? Life of Brian? Well, Monty Python. It's not my favorite. No, it's the Holy Grail, of course. It's kind of reminiscent of that scene with the Iron Warriors at the bottom. They're insulting the Imperial Fists, and the Imperial Fists are throwing their insults back. And it's just a humorous and it's a fun time. So if you want a little bit of humor in your life, then this is the channel that is definitely for you. They only have 10,000 subscribers, really, 10,000 subscribers, and you can see the quality of this work is, for me, again, fantastic. I love 2D animation, and seeing this, just like the cape flapping in the background, the finger movements, and of course with the actual dialect and the back and forth, if you go over to their channel and watch it properly, it really, really is awesome. Actually, I've commissioned these chaps to do a project for me. It's a secret project at the moment, but it does involve the Siege of Terra. It is going to be a more serious project. It's not going to be a humorous one. Rogel Dawn may be there, Sigismund may be there, maybe Fulgrim may be there. Yeah, if you can link it all together, then you'll probably know what scene I'm on about during the Siege of Terra. But these chaps, for me, are really an underrated channel. They're great people as well. They actually have a Discord with a great community on there if you want to go and check it out. All their links to all that is over on their channel. Again, the links to their channels in the description of this video. But really, if you haven't watched this yet, go and watch it. It's so funny. It's great. I had a great laugh through it as an Imperial Fist fanboy. And of course, them taking the piss out of Iron Warriors. There's no greater animation out there. So yes, go and check it out. Great channel. Next up, we have a channel called Gabriel Christtiane. Hopefully I pronounced your name right, mate. I didn't butcher it like I'm a world eater. But this channel is fantastic. Again, it only has 18,000 subscribers, which is criminal. This chap deserves the hundreds of thousands because, again, if you're looking in the background right now, you can see the quality of his work. It is fan-bloody-tastic. Now, the latest one that I'm actually putting on the screen at the moment is something called The Spirit of Sanguinala. It's kind of a serious / funny one. It came out around Christmas time. It was like a Christmas special kind of thing. It was great. It's great. It features the Blood Angels. Voldemort's in there doing his voice. It's bloody fantastic. The one before he did this one was a Black Templar one, which I actually reacted to, called The Faith, where a Black Templar is taking on a word bearer, and it has some epic sword scenes in there, and of course anything with the Black Templars I'm instantly got to click on because they are probably the greatest sons of Rogel Dawn. Now, what attracts me to this channel and his projects as a whole is the way he makes them look. His stuff is the grim darkness I expect from Warhammer 40,000. Like, if you look at the ships, if you look at the models, if you look at the atmospheres, the sounds, the lighting, that's what I expect Warhammer 40,000 to look like. It captures the feeling of the grim darkness for me, and every time I'm watching his animations, I'm constantly pausing it to look at just the wall in the background, or the little fire in the background and what it's lighting up, because there's so much detail involved in his projects. It's just bloody brilliant. If we're talking grim darkness, then I have to mention this next channel. This is Mark Lewis Spark, and this is the animation Death of Hope, Part 1, may I add, and it's called Anarchy Reigns. Now, this is set during the Heresy. It's not actually 40k, but this animation is, oh boy, how do we explain this? It's probably the best thing to do is just pause it. Pause it at anywhere in the video. I would probably recommend pause it on a Marine and just look at the detail on the Marine and the surrounding. You can tell that each scene of this has been crafted like an artist does a painting. He's put so much effort, so much love, so much passion into this project, and it shows every bloody step of the way. And when it comes to the grim darkness of this actually made me feel uncomfortable. It is that, I won't say scary, but that brutal in the way it shows the IP that we all love. It shows the violence, it shows the despair, it shows the evilness of what is out there in the galaxy and what they do to their fellow human in their ways that they want to appease their gods, let's say. But yeah, go and check it out. His channel is fantastic. He only has 78,000 subscribers, which again is absolutely just not right. This chap deserves 100,000 plaque at least. I've got one and I do absolutely bloody nothing. This chap is making a masterpiece of artwork, and he deserves to get up there, and he deserves to have his name in the bloody stars, because it is just bloody beautiful. This next piece is called Primaris Black Templars, and it is by the YouTube channel Primaris. Only 57,000 subscribers on this channel. Again, please, let's do Dawn's work and let's fortify him. Let's give him more subscribers. These chaps all deserve like 100+ subscribers. This one for me really stood out because, of course, it's Black Templars and it is Primaris, and something that we haven't actually seen yet on the tabletop and in animation. So it's really, really cool to see what this chap is doing when he's bringing this animation to life. Again, just like Mark stuff, if you pause it, if you look at it, if you just get the sense of the atmosphere, the world this chap is building, you can feel the grim darkness, you know, all the serfs who are dressing the Black Templar chap himself who's like worshipping his armor because how devout the Black Templars are. It's just bloody brilliant. This by far is probably one of the most anticipated animations I'm personally looking forward to, just to see what this chap can actually bring to the screen and to show off the battle effects and, of course, Space Marines with swords hitting things in the head. Now, the last channel I want to talk about is a channel that probably everyone watching this video will recognize, and it is Richard Boylan. Now, Richard Boylan is kind of like the success story when it comes to animation channels, because he brought to life the book called HELSREACH. For those of you who don't know what HELSREACH was, it is a Black Templar book that takes place in Armageddon. It was wrote by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, then it was brought to life in an audio book. What Richard did, he took the audio book and he added animation to the audiobook, bringing the book to life to show, you know, the Black Templars, Grimaldis and his epic battles through the Hive as HELSREACH, as he fought the Orcs. And it probably is, to this day, one of the greatest experiences that I've ever watched when it comes to Warhammer animation. The book itself is up there as one of my favorite books, because it just goes to show what Space Marines can do, and especially with like Grimaldis and all his story and everything that's attached to him. There's a scene in there in the temple right at the end where it's all falling down and there's this little epic last stand. It's one of the most beautiful shot scenes I've ever witnessed. Like, the way the story tells it is one thing, but the way he brings it to life is a whole different subject. And from this, and from the success of this series, he actually got hired by Games Workshop, which is absolutely massive. He's one of the brains behind the Angels of Death series, which is the official series that Games Workshop is doing. It's about Blood Angels, Gene Stealer cults, and Tyranids, and I'm sure there's a lot more stuff in there. We've only seen the teasers of it, but I just want to mention it on this channel. I just want to say, if you can, go over and subscribe to him. He's still only got 80,000 subscribers. He deserves that 100k plaque. I'm sorry, he does. I think he deserves this 100k plaque more than anyone in the bloody world. I personally think without Richard stepping forth and creating this content, we wouldn't have the abundance of the animation channels that we do now, making all this glorious 40k content. He is still semi-active on his channel, like he does a few live streams. Like a couple of months ago, he was doing some quarantine live streams and stuff, like when he was stuck in his house. But as far as making official 40k content, I think that is stopped for now. Maybe once he's done with the project with GW, he'll start to bring out more stuff on his channel. But again, that's just me theorizing, but hopefully, fingers crossed, he actually does that, because again, one of the greatest animation channels I've ever come across in terms of Warhammer content. Alright, Chaprinos, thank you for coming, thank you for watching. I'm going to leave the video here. If I forgot any 40k channels, if you think there's a 40k channel that deserves to be on this list, which I've missed out, I hold my hands up. These are the ones that just stood out to me, like from the top of my head, that I watched, and I was like, wow, these chaps deserve bloody more love. Post it down below in the comment section, like post their YouTube channel, and I'll make sure that it's the link is activated so people can see it and people can click on it and they can get the love that they deserve as well. I would also like to know, what is your all-time favorite Warhammer animation, fan-made or, you know, made by an actual company? That's, I think, a nice little talking point to speak about as well. Right, enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you now, and bye-bye.